Hey Space-Watchers, and welcome back here from London at the second day of the Space-Comm Expo here in the Expo Center. I have the great honor now to speak with Daniel Leeb, the director, the CEO of the Icelandic Space Agency. Daniel, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing very well, Torsten. Good to see you here in London. It's a pleasure to be here at Space-Comm.
Likewise. Many of you haven't heard about Iceland in the context of space, and we try to change that now. Tell us more what makes the connection from Iceland and space.
Mm-hmm. Well, many of you may know that Iceland looks like another planet. Many of you have come and visited Iceland over the years, and it looks like another planet, looks like another world. So many science fiction films have been shot there, from Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey, to Oblivion with Tom Cruise, Star Wars Rogue One, to Prometheus, the list goes on and on. But what you might not know is that at the dawn of the space age, in 1965 and 1967, all of the original Apollo astronauts came to Iceland to conduct geological field research and to train to inform the future moon landings. And since then, space agencies, planetary scientists, and companies from the private space sector have continued to come to Iceland to test the technology and conduct the vital planetary science, which is informing the future of space exploration. And just as the Apollo astronauts before them, the Artemis astronauts have now returned each summer for the last 4 years.
So what's going on in Iceland in terms of space today? Mm-hmm. So because that's why you're here, you're promoting the activities and get obviously the international audience aware of what's going on. So tell us more about it.
So Iceland isn't necessarily a launch state. We don't have launch facilities in Iceland. We don't have satellites. We currently, in the near term, don't have an Icelandic astronaut right now, although that could change. What we do have...
There's nothing money can't change.
That's right. But what we do have, naturally, is the most diverse set of what we call terrestrial analogs. These are areas here on Earth that have similarities to what exists on the Moon and Mars. And these locations are fundamentally important for testing those innovative technologies, training those algorithms, and also doing the training of the future crews, both agency, government agency astronauts, and also commercial crews that are going to be reaching for the stars and charting that next path. So it's how we leverage these analog areas, this terrain, that is really our focus and what we lean into. The legacy of Iceland, the significance of Iceland geologically and geographically between the US and Europe, and also the fantastic lunar and Martian terrain that we have to test the technology. And that's really what we're developing. We're developing this terrain and these opportunities with the Máni program. Iceland is a signatory to the Artemis Accords, and so we've developed the Máni program. Máni is the Norse god of the moon, and it's our program, Moon Analog Network of Iceland, which is to develop those terrestrial analogs, including the lunar Martian terrain proving ground, the habitats, the spacesuit simulators, and in situ resource utilization. Because in addition to Iceland looking like another planet geochemically, what we have in Iceland is as close as you can get to the lunar surface.
Interesting. So what's on your plate then for this coming summer? Because I assume that most activities are conducted during the summer because half year is potentially under ice. So tell us more. So what's coming up? What can we expect from Iceland this year?
Well, what's very exciting is that the Ministry of Higher Education, Culture and Innovation just announced that they will be establishing our proposal for the Iceland Research Institute of Space Science. So I'll be leading IRIS, and we'll also be working with our international partners, including a team from NASA Goddard, the SWIFT team, which will be visiting southwest Iceland and conducting all sorts of field research and science in our various analogs of the Moon, Mars, Venus, and beyond.
Great. So I'm looking forward to hear more about it in the course of the summer, and for you in Iceland, I wish good luck with the next step. I think it is hard to say, or it's fair to say that space is not on the top agenda, also on Iceland's, not on Iceland's top agenda, so good luck in your persistence to reach this goal, to reach to the stars.
Yes, well, thank you, Torsten. And it's my priority and goal to make sure that you are with us in the field. So hopefully we can get you in the field with us this summer as well.
Great, thank you very much. With that, Space Watch out.